Now, promoters of agroecology in Ghana are intensifying their campaigns for government to take a serious look at encouraging the use of more organic fertilizers and investing in agroecological farming methods which are natural. The Center for Indigenous Knowledge and Organizational Development, CIKOD, says farm inputs are becoming very expensive in the wake of the Russia-Ukraine war. The reason government needs to take natural methods of farming and sustainable agriculture seriously. They have been leading some farmers and officials of the Ministry of Food and Agriculture on a tour of agroecological farms in the Upper East region, dubbed the Agroecological Caravan. Correspondent Albert Sori has more.
Agroecology is a farming method based on applying the interactions between plants, animals, humans, and the environment within agricultural systems. By doing this, agroecology can support food production, food security, and nutrition whilst restoring the ecosystem. The Center for Indigenous Knowledge and Organizational Development, CIKOD, and the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana have been promoting the concept of agroecology for some time now. Wilberforce Latte is the Deputy Executive Director for the Center for Indigenous Knowledge and Organizational Development.
We are beginning to lose control of our farming systems. The kind of farming we are doing is heavily dependent on external inputs. So we've been promoting the low external inputs and sustainable agriculture, what we call agroecology, a kind of farming where our indigenous knowledge and practices of farmers are important, to our agricultural production.
This year, this organization and their partners are intensifying their efforts to get more farmers to understand and adopt agroecological practices. More importantly, they want the government, through the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, to take this natural farming method more seriously.
We need to revisit our farming systems. Thanks to the Russia-Ukraine war, fertilizers and other agro inputs have become a challenge, and we think that this way of farming will reduce this kind of dependency. And so we've been promoting agroecology. Our dream is that at the end of the day, we should have district directors of agri championing agroecology, working together with CSOs.
CIKOD has been leading some farmers and officials of the Ministry of Food and Agriculture on a tour of agroecology farms in the Upper East region. Dubbed the Agroecology Caravan, the tour was meant to educate the participants on agroecology and how it is implemented. First, the participants visited the Abarike Agroecology Farm owned by Joseph Abarike. Located at Bolgatanga in the Upper East region, Abarike's farm includes fish ponds and gardens. He also rears various livestock on the farm. Therefore, he gets natural fertilizer when he pumps out saturated wastewater from the fish ponds into the gardens. He feeds his livestock from cuttings, weeds, and other things that are not needed in the gardens. And droppings from the livestock also provide him manure. All these keep his farm natural and sustainable. The Agroecology Caravan visited another agroecology farm at the Gundog community in the Nabdam district of the Upper East region. The owner, Fusaini Bogbon, grows a wide variety of food and cash crops, including cassava, maize, and pawpaw. He has also managed to grow some cocoa trees, even though the climate in this part of the country is believed to be unfavorable for cocoa.
I just introduced myself into agroecology because it is just an integrated way of farming, and whatever comes out of that system is very healthy because no usage of toxic substances. because everything is contributed by the crops itself naturally, because it recycles itself to maintain the soil fertility.
Officials from the Ministry of Food and Agriculture who joined the Agroecology Caravan said they were impressed about what they had seen on the farms. Esther Ajekum is an assistant director with the Crops Services Directorate of the ministry.
We are impressed with what is here. Naturally, the climate here wouldn't support the production of certain crops that typically does well in down south, but impressively we are seeing cocoa, we have seen mangoes thrive, we have seen fields that are cultivated to pawpaw, we've even seen fish pond and all that. So clearly it demonstrates that with agroecology we can improve on our biodiversity.
She says there is opportunity for agroecology farmers to get technical assistance from the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. Some of the farmers on the Agroecology Caravan were excited about what they experienced. They made some appeals to government.
Financial resources is a factor, and of course other logistical support. For instance, like seed.
To borrow and invest that in agroecology because it is slow growing. We need to have a differences in terms of interest rate when it comes to agroecology. All these things are areas that government can intervene, so that if somebody who is selling cement is borrowing at the rate of 28%, somebody who is doing agroecology should be given a lesser interest rate.
We would need vehicles like a Motor King or maybe power tiller or stuff like that to convey the manure to the fields. So if maybe government can help us in this direction by supporting us with like the tools that we have to work with.
For now, CIKOD and other promoters of agroecology will continue their push for the complete adoption of this natural, sustainable system of farming. Albert Sori, JoyNews, Bolgatanga.